How do I stay constantly in the self? Well, this is a misformed question because how is it possible to be out of the self? Or more specifically, how is it possible to not be the self? For all there is the self. The self is all there is. And so when the question is asked, how do I stay constantly in the self? You have a fictitious me that is separate and somehow outside of the self. And you're trying to figure out how to get this me to stay in the self. Well, this me doesn't ever exist. It isn't real. It's an illusion. And so the idea is not to figure out how to get this me to stay constantly in the self. It's for the illusion of me to be shattered, to see that this me is not who and what you are to such a degree that the illusion is dispelled, leaving only the self. And when there is no me that thinks it can be outside of the self, there is only the self. And it's not a matter of staying constantly in. That is thinking you have to maintain or practice or in some way do something. There's nothing to do. You are the self. You're always the self. There's no way to be out of the self or not the self. It's impossible. And so give up this idea of me that's other than the self and can be outside the self, because that's the illusion.